In today's video, I show you the Frost City Kickstarter from STL Miniatures. But before we get into today's video, just want to share with you what the GGGGs are for this month. Each month, Bob the Beholder picks some of my Patreon supporters to receive gratitude gifts. And for this month of June of 2023, we have two $25 credits from LV427. They make sci-fi terrain and have recently come out with a new Nostramus line. Also, all of my viewers get a 20% off their first order, so go ahead and use the links in the video descriptions below to go to their website. Two all-in pledges for the Zectonium Prison Mines Kickstarter. Two pledges for the upcoming Bleak Elf Bastion Kickstarter. Two pledges for the Daco Quest Black Coast Citadel. A Gwyke 10-watt diode laser. $100 to go towards a crowdfunding campaign which my Patreon supporters are currently voting upon. And then finally, two all-in pledges for this, the Frost City Kickstarter that I'm going to share with you today. Go ahead and use the link below to go to my Patreon page to see the full list there and become a Patreon supporter for as low as $1 a month to be given a chance to be chosen by Bob to receive one of these great gratitude gifts. So this Kickstarter just started this past Tuesday, and after only a couple of days has already raised over $20,000. So a very successful Kickstarter, and it is primarily focused on sort of a Frost fantasy world. And I think the obvious tie-in is to be able to use these miniatures and terrain for Frostgrave. Now, all of the terrain versions does have the option of having snow being printed on them. And the versions that I have, I opted not to have the snow because when I add snow to my features, I actually used this white paste in order to create snow effects. But you can choose to print that out and just paint the white parts on if you opt to do so. And here I only printed out some of the terrain from Raphael's Kickstarter. The campaign is primarily STL files for miniatures, and these miniatures look fantastic. And we are going to go to the Kickstarter page so that I can walk you through the campaign and see what all of the options are. Now, this building is actually from City of Firwood. I've done a number of videos because this is my favorite fantasy terrain. And I've done a number of videos. Go ahead and check out this one where I do highlight and walk through their largest building, which is this fantastic inn. Now, in the campaign, you are able to buy into previous Kickstarters that Raphael has had. So if you missed out on those, this is a great chance to jump in. But this Kickstarter is primarily focused on a lot of miniatures that fit in with the Frostgrave theme. I didn't print out any of the miniatures, but in the past I have from some of his NPC Kickstarters, and the pre-supports on them are great. I have always had success in printing those out on my resin printer. But overall, I found his files to be really good. I love the style that Raphael puts into all of his designs, and it has sort of that whimsical look here. And the trees that I printed out here work fantastic as scatter terrain on the board. I'm not bothering to put any leaves on it, but keeping them sort of bare bones as it is sort of a wintry theme. And then along with some of these ruins, again, just really like smaller scatter terrain where units in a skirmish game can hide behind or gain some cover, but it isn't this huge building that is blocking complete line of sight. So some of these options are really great for some of these skirmish games. So let's go ahead and go over to the computer and I can show you what the campaign is offering. So go ahead and use the link below to go to the Kickstarter page as it is currently live. This will be ending on July 6th. Again, raised over $20,000, closing in on $30,000 in a very short period of time. Let's go ahead and check out the different pledges because there is a number of pledge options that you have. You can choose to get only the characters, and that is going to be $27 US. You can get only the terrain, which again, $27, and this includes all of the unlocked stretch goals. And then you have the limited characters and terrains. Again, this is going to be those of you who back early, but there is quite a bit left, 260 left of 500. So you are getting all the characters, all the terrains, as well as all the unlocked stretch goals. Additionally, there is the Regular character and terrain, that's going to be $49, almost $50 US to get all of that. Wait, what did I say the early bird was? $42. So you have a little bit of a savings if you get the early bird. And then you also have a limited all-in, which is going to be all the characters, all the terrain, obviously all the unlocked stretch goals, but as well as the add-ons. So we'll go ahead and check out what the add-ons are. This is going to be including skeletons, undead, spiders, rats, boars, frost giants, constructions, and these again are going to be sort of the NPC monsters that are wandering around on the board. You can use that for Frostgrave. And later on, if you dilly-dally, it's going to be increasing up to $96 US for the all-in. So let's go ahead and check out what's on the campaign. So first of all, here are apprentices. Frostgrave does have apprentices. You have your main wizard and then an apprentice that follows you. You have armies. So this is awesome set of soldiers that you can field to be part of your warband. Some more detail on these. And then you can swap out weapons if you want, which is great to provide variety for your soldiers. Different head styles as well. The Knights set, again, you're getting a bunch of these minis, and additionally, you get different weapon choices too. So you can have two different distinct factions as you're going head to head, again, in Frostgrave. Now we're going to go to the terrain. I didn't print out any of these because all of these files are optimized for the resin printer. Now the ones that I printed out was in my FDM at 0.2 millimeter height, which is the resolution that I choose to print all of my terrain. But like I mentioned, you're going to have a snow version to all of these different treasure markers that you can get. And I like the variety that they have of treasure styles because these are the goals that you have on the Frostgrave board. This is an example of the pre-supports, and Atlas is the one who is doing the pre-supports. I have printed out files from them before that they have pre-supported, and for the most part it has worked on my printer. Your mileage may vary, so you always want to check. And here is a free model if you wanted to try out printing, again, testing out the Atlas supports for your resin printer. Here are some unlocked stretch goals. We already have some apprentices. We have this Arc Ruins that will supplement the Ruin set, which I think looks cool. You have more apprentices being unlocked. Here's more terrain. This fountain looks really cool. Treasure tokens. Check this out, this cool ice toad, which is still locked, it looks like. But again, these are the monsters that are wandering around on the field. You have ice worms. These are super cool. You have gorillas and a whole set of them available. 3 of them. And then here are the add-ons. And again, the all-in includes all of these add-ons. And I think this is from his Patreon page where these have already been released. So you have the skeleton set, the undead set. And if you choose to just add them on, it's going to be 9 or 8 euros. Here are the frost giants. Those look super cool. Really large. And then ice spiders. And these are only 4 euros. Giant rats. Wild boars, and then constructors. So obviously it's going to be a better deal to get the all-in because you're going to get a discount rather than buying each of these separately. But if you want less than half of these add-ons, then it might be cheaper just to buy them individually. But these look super cool. And check that out. And here's an option for commercial licenses. And this is part of their Patreon or tribes on My Mini Factory. You got demons, you got music. Again, check out their Patreon to see their monthly releases. And then here's where you can add on previous Kickstarter. So you're getting 30% off the current price for City of Firwood, which is a massive number of buildings. And then they had 2 fantasy NPC Kickstarters. So again, 30% off the regular price if you want to jump in on more STL files for minis. And that looks like it's pretty much it. So there you go, relatively quick video. Hope you hit the like button and subscribe as I'm coming out with a number of review videos for the Kickstarters this month. There is a ton of them, so I'm going to stray from my usual 1 video a week, and we'll be posting another one relatively soon because there's just so many Kickstarters for some fantastic STL files. So again, subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of those videos. And again, use the link below to go to my Patreon page where you can be chosen by Bob at the end of the month in order to receive one of the all-in pledges for this campaign, along with a number of other prizes. So thanks so much for watching. Happy printing, happy gaming. We'll see you next time.